Welcome to Football Frenzy. Man United dominated versus Crystal Palace, but draw means Erik ten Hag remains under pressure. Manchester United created more than enough to come back home from London with all 3 points, but Crystal Palace held firm as the Premier League game ended 0-0 on Saturday. Having scored 10 goals in their last 2 games, the players were coming into the game high on confidence, and that showed as the Red Devils had 15 shots while controlling 67% of the ball. This was the visitors' chance to exact revenge for what had transpired the last time the two sides met, but Dean Henderson stood between the United attackers and the goal for most of the first half. Alejandro Garnacho had quite a few opportunities to open the scoring, and even when he did manage to get past the former United Academy graduate, the crossbar stood in the way. Joshua Zirkzee has impressed when dropping deep to link up play, but the team lacks a focal presence up front, and Ruud van Nistelrooy needs to try and get the best out of the Netherlands international and the returning Rasmus Højlund. With Christian Eriksen and Amad Diallo, the team was keeping possession better, but bringing off the Dane and the Ivorian seemed to take the sting out of the attack as Palace ended the game stronger. And the 20-time English League champions had Andre Onana to thank for avoiding a sucker punch in the end with a brilliant double save to keep Edin Kataya and Ismail Assar at bay. Arsenal are a threat to Man City's Premier League throne. Manchester, England. John Stones' 98-minute equaliser salvaged a 2-2 draw for Manchester City on Sunday against an Arsenal side who had to play the entire second half with 10 men following Leandro Trossard's controversial red card. In a pulsating game at Etihad Stadium between last season's top 2 in the Premier League, Erling Haaland scored his 100th goal for City in just 105 appearances, giving the home side a 9-minute lead. The Gunners responded impressively, though, as Riccardo Calafiori marked his league debut with a sublime left-footed strike before Gabriel Magalhaes headed in Bukayo Saka's 45th-minute corner. Trossard was dismissed for a second yellow card offence in kicking the ball away after fouling Bernardo Silva, a moment that promoted a furious reaction from Gunners boss Mikel Arteta. City spent the entire second half camped on the edge of Arsenal's box but looked destined to lose a league game at home for the first time in almost 2 years before Stones turned the ball home from close range after a scramble in the box following a short corner. For the second time in 3 Premier League games, Arsenal lost a player to a second yellow card for kicking the ball away, whereas Declan Rice was punished for a faint nudge against Brighton and Hove Albion. Trossard was dismissed here for booting the ball off into the distance after fouling Silva on the stroke of half-time. Both were technically correct decisions, but both were also examples of time wasting, which frequently go unpunished during matches, and often in the same games. João Pedro escaped censure for kicking the ball away in that Brighton contest, while Jeremy Doku delayed the restarting of play in the first half in City's favour without receiving a booking. Whatever the inconsistencies in the application of that particular law, however, Trossard's red card extends a poor Gunners' disciplinary record under Arteta. Since the Spaniards' first game in December 2019, Arsenal have had 17 players sent off in the Premier League, for more than any other team. Barcelona rebounded quickly from their first defeat of the season against Monaco and remained perfect to begin their La Liga campaign thanks to a wild 5-1 victory over Villarreal at the Estadio de la Ceramica on Sunday, a game that was a lot closer than the scoreline suggests had absolutely everything, including a gruesome injury for Barca goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen. And the Catalans had to show great resilience to endure the difficult moments and great quality to find the necessary goals to earn all 3 points and remain top of the table with 6 wins out of 6. Hansi Flick made a surprising number of changes to his starting sheet after the short turnaround from the match against Monaco, and his rotated side suffered to begin the games. Villarreal dominated the opening 10 minutes. The home team made a very fast start, pressing high up the pitch and looking to make runs in behind Barca's high line to create chances. They almost took the lead through Yeremy Pino 8 minutes in, but the goal was disallowed for offside. The away side was full of confidence after taking the lead, controlling the ball very well and creating real danger with their passing and movement in the final third. And a second goal came to stamp their authority. A cross from Yamal found Eric Garcia at the far post, and after his header was saved, Lewandowski scored a mini bicycle kick to double his own tally as well as Barca's advantage. Villarreal responded immediately, however, with a tap-in by Eos Perez after the home team finally managed to beat the offside trap. The game became even more end-to-end after the hosts found the net, and the final minutes of the half were wild as both teams looked for another goal. The away team was not done and delivered the definitive knockout blow thanks to an absolutely outrageous assist by Yamal, who played a 50-yard pass over the top with the outside of his left foot to find Rafinha. who kicked the ball into the ground and over the keeper to kill off the game for good with one of the goals of the season so far, 6 wins out of 6, and a victory on the road against a good team despite 8 absences and 3 more starters on the bench while the goalkeeper and captain breaks his leg. This game was purely about heart, and Hansi Flick's troops showed plenty of it today. Well done, boys. Nicholas Jackson scored twice to help Chelsea to a third straight away win with a 3-0 victory at London rivals West Ham United on Saturday that suggested new coach Enzo Maresca is getting his huge squad to gel. Jackson capitalized on poor defending to find the net in the 4th minute when he sprinted down the wing, cut inside and challenged and beat Alphonse Areola with a low shot. 14 minutes later the Senegal striker was left in space by West Ham's defenders to receive a pass from Moises Caicedo and double Chelsea's lead. West Ham were 3-0 down little more than a minute into the second half when Jackson, on the break, teed up Cole Palmer and the England striker fired home from the edge of the box. Chelsea, who won 1-0 at Bournemouth last Saturday, 6-2 at Wolverhampton Wanderers in August, moved into second place in the Premier League table before the rest of the weekend's fixtures. Maresca, the 4th permanent coach to work for Chelsea's American owners since they bought the club 2 years ago, has faced questions over his ability to create a coherent team following a latest spate of signings. At the London Stadium on Saturday, he gave first starts to Jadon Sancho in attack and Tosin Adarabioyo in defense and played Wesley Fofana in the unusual position of right back due to injuries to Reece James and Malo Gusto. But the reshuffling did not knock Chelsea off their stride as they took full advantage of West Ham's own adjustment to life under new coach Julen Lopetegui. Maresca played down talk of Chelsea putting behind them a disappointing couple of seasons when they finished 6th and 12th in the Premier League, even as he became the first coach to win his first 3 away games in the Premier League since Pep Guardiola achieved the same feat at Manchester City in 2016. I think we are improving in many things. Even if today we could attack better, we could defend better, he told reporters. Especially we could manage the game much better. But overall I think we deserve to win the game. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.